Are there other things that you're seeing people have been asking for that would be characteristic of a generation that's coming through the workforce?
I mean, I think because of the world that we are in Titus, so the recruiting space, the hunting space, we have a lot of very persuasive people. And again, the hard driving, very performance driven individuals. And we know that there is an element of business development in everything we do. So I would say what our people are asking for is more support around things like influence or persuasion or negotiating skills, which is really all byproducts of interpersonal savvy. So how do we help people feel more comfortable making the ask in a sense?
I like that. I think that's going to be the one of them. And, you know, I've been sort of hot on this whole topic of how AI is transforming everything, or it will anyway. Anything that can be automated will be automated. And we need to be absolute masters of the people equation of not negotiation specifically, but just relational building. You know, when you walk into a room, how do you actually stand out as being the, you know, the most experienced relationship builder in the space, because technology is going to have a lot of data points that is built over your electronic footprint, and like we need to be far superior to that in the heart connection and the even maybe the emotions, you know.
Well, it's hard nowadays too, because you miss so much in communication. Like we get to be here together today, right? So we get to look at each other's body language and we're kind of in the moment. There's so much we're missing nowadays when we are not in person. So it is how to teach people relational things, how to build people's emotional intelligence when we're missing half the equation right now. It's really hard.
I know. Now we're a decade in, close to, a decade of being 100% mobile. We say mobile, not remote.
Right.
Just because remote sounds like an isolation. Like
we're connected.
Yeah, mobily connected. But how do we connect? Not just on a screen. How do we connect on this level?
That's right.
So people feel, I mean, talk about emotional intelligence, but also safety. Like we talk about psychological safety, but even, psychological, emotional safety. Like, do I feel that you are caring about my journey, my needs above your own? And I think that is a tough thing to do in an environment where you're remote.
Well, we're in an employee size. Even if we were in person, people typically say between 150 and 200 people, you start to lose connection because the layers get too deep or the company gets too big. And we're right on that brink. So not only are we not in person, we're at a company size where it becomes harder and harder for people to feel connected. I mean, you and I have been talking about this recently, having more opportunities for people to get to know you or other members of the executive or senior leadership team through a coffee connection, just because you want a name connected to the face, and that gets harder as the company gets bigger.
That is now here for people listening in. This is not just for remote. Like you've got to be super intentional about anything. I'm not remote at home. My wife is in person, present, and if I don't take the time to invest in a date night or invest in coffee conversations or invest in wine conversations or invest in eating conversations, not entertainment, not a screen in front of us, not disconnecting from the world, but actually being intentional. If we don't invest in it, it's going to cause a separation.
For sure.
Like the heart won't be connected, and easily we can be distracted by other things and feeling like I've lost the connection.
I mean, I think a lot of people were very excited after the pandemic to have the opportunity to work from home. And now people are saying, I do love working from home, but how else can I then get reconnected? Because this human connection is just not the same through the Zoom environment. So people are looking for it. People are seeking it. And we do need to be intentional about it.
I have a lot of business owners who say, oh, wow, you must save so much money that you don't have everybody in an office. And I'm like, no, we're investing in a heck of a lot of connection points. It doesn't save us any money. We're getting people on planes and flying to be together, bringing the entire company together once a year.
Might be more expensive in the long run if you really think about it,
Well, I think it probably is more. We invest more because we're a people organization, and so we gotta be on the cutting edge or the front line of doing this thing really well. And so I think having you in the role as sort of head of people and learning and development is so critical that we make that investment. So I know that, you sit around 100 employees, like you got to now put somebody in a role that's their primary role of developing people and seeing them grow and being engaged.
Well, I'm glad I get to be that person because I love it.
Well, if somebody wanted to get you on the phone and ask you questions, are they able to do that, or you don't do that?
You can get me on the phone. Should I just give my phone number out here
No.
on the spot? Okay, just making sure we're not going that way.
Find you on LinkedIn? Find you?
Yeah, find me on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to have a conversation. I mean, our goal is to really help businesses out there find the success that we have and some of the things that I think we do really well. So I'm always here for you, but I'm on LinkedIn.
I know, you're on LinkedIn. And then also on our website, there's a whole thing which your team had developed, like a learning thing.
Yeah, we have a learning library. We have a learning library, and we have a lot of our partners now really interested in having customized content for their needs. So although we have some off-the-shelf training, I think it's really nice to invest in customization to make sure that people are getting what they need for their organization. But we have a catalog now, and that's a new stream of our business. So really excited about